Hello lovely people. So I figured a new little series I kind of want to start on my channel is a bit of a monthly preview, I guess, to the energies that I'm working with, and specifically I wanted to talk about my year ahead spread and the card that I have pulled in association of the current month, and then my thoughts on it and certain magical workings I'm going for. If this is a series you guys are interested in, please comment down below if you like the idea. I like to do it where I write down in my monthly planner, and as different things kind of come up during the month, I will then write underneath it like little triggers or things to remember or to journal about later and reflect on and see if it's been overall applicable in my life or if it had a lesson I needed to pull from it, something like that. So the cards I am using right now, because I've been playing with this deck quite a lot, is the Tattoo Tarot. And my sister got me this lovely deck over the holiday season, and I've been really enjoying it. Traditional tattoos are very gorgeous to me, and especially putting them tattoo art mixed with tarot, I am all about. So for the month of April, I pulled the Three of Coins. So this is this Three of Coins, but I also pulled it was reversed. So that's an interesting concept. I do reversals in my year ahead spread, just because there is something about the energies, and I think specifically, even though I feel a card does not necessarily need to be reversed to hold or upright to hold different meanings, I think it is very interesting to really, when you're looking at anything that's sort of predictive and or just like a guiding thing, I think that this is a good way for you to pick up a few extra warnings or take notice of something. I like to, when I look at my full circle of the year ahead spread, for example, there are certain months when I did it for 2020 that had a whole bunch of reversals in a certain section of the year. So that's very interesting to think of, oh, there's messages coming through, but it's always in reverse. What is it? It makes me immediately go, okay, how am I needing to maybe change my perspective during this entire section of the year? And for 2021, there was quite a few reversals that came up as well. So I think that is an interesting concept. So I have the Three of Coins in reverse. So let's pull a little booklet specifically from this deck before I go into my own little intuitions about it, because I always think that's helpful. Seeing what the specific person who came up with the deck has come up with. So, So Three of Coins is mastery, skill, accomplishment, good reputation in work and business, expertise built on experience, craftsmanship, high status, honored. Negatively, average or low quality, the lack of funding. Interesting. So I do think of when you think of the Three of Coins, it is a concept of of things being balanced, out. The things of three are always balanced out, but reversing that, I do find that there is an interest too of group work, and instead of it being group work is instead talking about individualistic work, especially when it comes to money and finances and of the firmer structured things in life. Why is there a feeling of being unbalanced, and especially on the, say, monetary and or financial homebound sphere. And to a certain extent, I will say the month of April, as of right now, there are a lot of major things spinning and changing. I think everyone is starting to feel that a little bit. The world is ramping up, opening up again as more and more people have access to the vaccine, and more people are getting it and branching out and hopefully gaining employment again, etc. and so forth. So lots of change, but I do think it's all very individualistic on that sense. I have definitely recently had some blessings in the financial sphere, which I was not expecting at all, and that was a huge surprise and a huge welcome. It was one of those where I thought the seed was dead, if you know what I remember saying in my previous videos, and it came forth in a huge way, and it was actually one of the pots I wasn't even watching. It was just boom, oh, okay. Fantastic, yay, happy surprise. But in a lot of ways it is very now contingent on my individual way of producing and production and continuing to push forward. I also think that there is a bit of, this goes back to my Saturn return for me, is with this financial blessing that I got it through my traditional work, through my day job, which is great, but I have been at this time questioning quite a bit, is this ending up being the job for me? And there are a lot of factors that go into that, whether that's stability, is it really my life's calling? Is there a chance for growth? Are these topics I continually want to be revisiting in a lot of sense? And so I do think that there is a bit of a commentary happening here where this might be talking about, am I pursuing like the right financial avenues, if that makes sense. Like, I'm definitely making strides and I'm evolving in that sense, but am I putting my attention really where it needs to go, or am I kind of phoning it in because this is what I currently have is easy, stable, not rocking the boat too much because I'm fearful of rocking the boat after all of the chaos and other things that came up from the previous year in general. Another thing that the Three of Coins, or Pentacles reversed, can talk about also too is a sense of not working with a team and being very disorganized. Feeling that I am removed from the team, or maybe caring too much for the team. It's a very idea of like being the individualistic side of things. Maybe becoming a negative or a damper. You know, the three is a group, you know, it all stacks and builds on top of each other. But if you are feeling disconnected and disorganized from things, how does that play into life in general? You know, not feeling connected, not feeling like it's a group effort. Which is interesting to me. As the things start opening up more, I feel more connected in a sense. And the fact I'm excited for further connections. But also too, as I'm waiting to become fully vaccinated and all of that, there is, I think, a sense of knowing connection is coming, and still very much feeling disconnected from people in general. Not even necessarily financially, like if we take the finances out of it, the idea of feeling disorganized, and that is coming, I think, a little bit from a sense of anticipation, if that makes any sense. Like, no, it's still a little bit of the unknown, because until the date comes, until I am fully vaccinated, until my friends are fully vaccinated, until all of this kind of all layers together and like a society starts opening up, the government allows things to start rolling again, until all these things all kind of fall into place, there is still a huge amount of, I don't know what next month is going to look like. I can't necessarily create structure and plans, even though I very desperately want to. And so there is a sense of like, I can't even become organized if I wanted to. I feel very individual. I can only control myself, knowing there's still so much at large at the world at the moment that could very well disrupt my plans or make me feel like I'm unmoored in many aspects of my life. Because how does one move forward when there are so many balls spinning in the air, all of which you have no control over? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling for the energies of this month. We'll see if any of this is accurate as the month goes on. Have you pulled a year card for your yearly spread? What is your monthly card, or your feeling and your vibe for the current moments? Are you also with some reversal Three of Coins energy? Or is it something else? All of that in the comments down below. Also, if you guys have other interpretations for possibly a monthly reading for the Three of Coins, what does this represent for you? Is there something I may not have noticed, you know? I always find it interesting, especially with different decks and stuff, what other people bring up when they see things. And I will hopefully be making more videos on a more regular basis as life, you know, slowly but surely goes and I have a more structured schedule and not so much ups and downs with the moods and chaos in general and all that. A little more order is always nice. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.